I'm so impressed by your commitment to your faith, and I'm just curious, like, how do you see that playing a role in your growth as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, no, I mean it's vital. Everything that I've done, I've noticed there's a direct correlation when I start going into the party lifestyle, or I start like backing away from my faith, or I start falling into the traps of Miami, or wherever I am. It's like it's almost like a direct like. I don't want to call it a punishment, because like that's not how it works.
Right, exactly.
But it's like there's a direct correlation from when I fall off the path, like my finances suffer, my mental health suffers, my emotional health suffers, and when I like get back on, things just work out. It's amazing. Like the money starts flowing in. I start building relationships. I'm like feeling happy again. My fitness is on point. Right. And when I start veering off again, it's the same thing. And then when I start getting really successful and the money starts flowing in and I get a little too big, the pride starts coming in.
Yep.
There goes the fall again. So it's crazy, man. My faith has played such an incredible journey. And I notice it now. I'm so self-aware of the fact that when I fall off of reading the Bible, or I fall off of prayer, or I fall off of meditation and the word, like things just fall apart in my life. And it's just, I think it's because
so true.
Like God has just such a like incredible plan. And when he knows like this is your plan and you start falling off of it, like he starts like kind of letting you know what's going on. And hopefully, at least, you know, I'd love to get better at my discernment, but hopefully like you're well aware enough that like you're kind of going off the path so that you can bring yourself back on. And that's why, going back to what I said, it's so important to have community of other people, other believers, or if you work out every day, you want to have other people that are like in that circle so that you could always stay on path and on point.
Yeah, I think that the logistics, if you will, of entrepreneurship, they require so many different things. And if you had to point to 2 or 3 things that have been most impactful to where you are right now, what would those things be?
I would say first and foremost, it's faith.
Okay.
You know, that's just played a unreal part of my life. It's just, yeah, that's it. I mean, that's number one, first and foremost, faith. Yeah, it has to be. Because without that, it's like, imagine, I try to think sometimes, I'm like, when people fail and they don't have faith, like what the hell do they do?
Exactly.
I don't understand what they do, because the only thing that got me through that terrible moment was the fact that I had the faith and belief that I was going to get through it, that God was going to provide for me, which he did, and that I was going to get back to Miami. But what happens when you don't have that faith? Like, are you just relying on yourself? Are you relying on like hope that the phones might ring, or that, you know, you might be able to get business? It's like you have to rely so much on yourself when you don't have faith. And I can't rely on myself. You know, it's like I don't have the strength to be able to manage all these people and to do all these things on my own. Like, it stresses me the hell out. I can't do it. And, you know, I kind of run out of steam. And it's when I get into my prayer life, or I get into the word, that I'm like, wow, I don't have to do this on my own, because I have the strength that comes from God. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden I feel like rejuvenated, and I have all this energy, and I can talk to people, and I can do certain things. That has nothing to do with me. I have to like give that, you know, glory to where it comes from. So that's huge. The second part would be, I think, failing.
Okay.
Failing has played such a pivotal role in my journey, that it's just like, I embrace failure now. I embrace failure. I take it on, because I know that when I fail on something, like, it's going to suck. It's going to be terrible. When I'm going through it, it's going to hurt. It's going to make me want to do something bad, you know? Exactly. But it's like, it's in that moment of the failure that you're really pushing through. When you want to give up and you don't, coming out on the other side of that is where you're like, wow, I went through all this for a reason. You end up developing skills you never knew you had, uncovering certain characteristics of yourself that you never knew was even possible. You started just realizing things about yourself and about others. Your awareness becomes so much more impactful. And so, yeah, man, failure is huge. Failure and faith have been my 2 biggest strong suits, things that I would say that I would never be even anywhere close to where I am without.